Love blossoms between a young woman on the margins of society and a disenfranchised drifter as they embark on a 3,000-mile odyssey through the backroads of America. However, despite their best efforts, all roads lead back to their terrifying pasts and a final showdown that will determine whether the love that they have can survive their differences. This is Bones and All. What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. And another holiday film to release this past week was Bones and All, the new film directed by Luca Guadagnino, the director of the highly acclaimed Oscar-winning film Call Me By Your Name. And now he's directing this film starring Timothée Chalamet and Taylor Russell. And look, the plot synopsis that I just read for you basically loosely sums up what this movie is about. To be honest with you, I didn't really like this movie. I don't think it's all that good. There's nothing really special about it. I think that it's well made. It's well shot. I mean, the directing is fine, but it's the source material. This is based off of a book which I've never read, so I can't judge that. So I can only judge the film that I think is, not great. I think the movie has a identity crisis issue. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be a gross out horror picture. Doesn't know if it wants to be a horror film. Doesn't know if it wants to be just a true romance film. Doesn't know if it wants to be a romance drama. There's so many things going on in the movie that just don't add up by the time the film ends. You leave just thinking, what in the world was that? Which was kind of what I was thinking. Even though it's loosely entertaining, I think it is also too long. It runs right around 2 hours, I believe, and I do think that it is a little long. It does drag at times. It is a little beefy. The romance, I think, is okay, and it's the stronger part of the film. I think the strongest part of the film is the romance and the bond that these two characters have, and how they can relate to each other. Didn't mind that all too much, but the other stuff, the gross out humor or the gross out horror, and the graphic scenes. If you go into this movie expecting a very graphic film, I think you'd be disappointed. There's maybe 3 graphic scenes in the whole film, and to be honest with you, I've seen far more graphic. So nothing about this movie on that end really, they didn't really go for it. They just sort of did a subpar job at delivering some of these things that I think should have been. Uh, you should see more of what's going on. You meet a character called Sully, played by Mark Rylance, and what they're doing with him at the beginning of the film thought was interesting, but it never pays off. He appears way later on, out of nowhere, and they try to shoehorn his character back into the film, but it just didn't work. For the story that they started telling, which was this now romantic drama, the Mark Rylance character just didn't work. And he didn't need to be, he didn't even need to be in the film. I don't even think that character needed to be in the movie. I think she should have just started out by meeting Timothée Chalamet, cut out Mark Rylance completely, and then I think the ending of the film would have been a little stronger because they would have had to do some rewrites. Now, like I said, don't know how the book ends, and I don't know what the Mark Rylance character in the book does, but his presence in the movie is very intrusive. When he appears at key points later on in the film, it just feels shoehorned in, and like they're trying to add a little suspense that's just not earned. And quite frankly, you don't care as much about what's happening because it's a little underwritten. I think that character is extremely underwritten, and maybe if he was better written, I think the ending would have been a little stronger. But look, this film, it's not great. Like I said, there's not a lot memorable about it. I think it's very forgettable. A lot of the story elements in the picture I thought were pretty interesting, but overall, it's, you know, kind of a bummer, and it falls flat. And it falls flat on his face by the end of the movie. And I'm gonna give Bones and All 2 out of 5 stars. Like I said, there's watchable scenes. There's a likable romance. I think Timothée Chalamet is gives the best performance in the film. I think the lead actress Taylor Russell didn't really do much to carry the movie. I didn't think she was all that great. I thought she was just kind of okay. Mark Rylance, I mean, the performance, he was trying to do something interesting, but he didn't have much to do. So that's where I'm at with Bones and All, guys. Comment down below. Do you plan on seeing the movie? Or did you see it already? What did you see over this holiday weekend? Comment down below. Let me know. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Check out all the reviews for all the new holiday films and a bunch of other stuff that we're going to be seeing. Avatar: The Way of Water hopefully will live up to the expectation. We're going to be seeing that very soon, so you can come back for that. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingOfRises131. Thank you so much for watching my review for Bones and All. And until next time, over and out.